Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox and take a close-up look at the Nike Air Max 97. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is a pair of Nike Air Max 97 shoes, and this pair is the men's UK size 9.5, US 10.5, Europe 44.5, Brazil 42.5, 28.5 cm, and it's also in a women's US size 12. And this pair is in the iron grey, Volt Black White colourway. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by flipping up the box lid to reveal the contents inside. And let's peel back the wrapping or packing paper to reveal the Nike Air Max 97 in the iron grey Volt Black White colourway. And let's lift the shoes out from its box packaging. And we can now set the box to the side, setting it on the left hand side of the tabletop and giving you a look at the Nike Air Max 97 before I start handling it and taking much closer in looks at its details. So just setting the right shoe in the background as we focus in on the left shoe first. So giving you a look at the left shoe, and let's do a 360 rotation so you have that full and clear look of the shoe before we take much closer in looks at its details. Okay, and now moving in a lot closer to see the details of the shoe. So we can see the overall ripple design contrasted with black and iron grey mesh making up its upper, so giving you that close-up detail of the various textures. As we can see, the synthetic leather, or at least leather textured suede mudguard in Volt, I beg your pardon, in iron grey, and of course the other black and iron grey details in between, creating that ripple or contoured design of the upper of the shoe. And you can see that very bright Volt coloured Nike Max Air unit, and the black foam midsole, and of course the black rubber outsole as well. And in the mudguard window we see the Nike swoosh in white on textile or canvas underlay. So just showing you the various textures, and as well as the way the light plays against the various surfaces, given that that suede mudguard has a very matte finish, of course, and then that slightly shimmering textile mudguard window, and that slightly metallic white, or at least bright white, Nike swoosh in that window or section. And of course giving you a look at that Max Air Nike cushioning unit that we can see right through to the other side of the shoe. And taking a look around the back part or heel of the shoe. Once again, that continuous ripple design with black and iron grey mesh in between those layers. And of course, now taking a look directly from the back, we can see once again those high contrast details with that Volt outline and Volt Nike swooshes on a black background, making up the pull tab for the heel, and of course continuing on towards the sole in black and the Nike Max Air unit with that Volt or yellowish green color. So now taking a look towards the inside of the shoe once again, we see those details continuing right throughout the entirety of the shoe. And moving back towards the front again, we see the textile as well as the synthetic materials making up those ripples or upper design of this Nike Amex 97. Now taking a look at the tip, front or toe of the shoe, and slowly moving towards the back to get a view along the length of the shoe. And with the tongue or oval tongue label, we can see the patch in black with that Volt Nike swoosh in it. And it does have a black pull loop. And taking a look behind the tongue and checking out its padding. So the padding to the tongue is puffy yet light at the same time. And let's pop up the paper stuffing so we have a better view at the inside details of this Nike MX 97. So a much clearer view now with the paper stuffing out of the way. Taking a look behind at the tongue label and the inside details, so we can see the composition sticker or materials label on the black sock liner insole with that Volt Nike swoosh on it, and of course the lining and inside labels as well. So let's try and get a much better view of the inside details if we can. And of course the ankle and heel collar. It is evenly and firmly padded with a light thickness to it. And of course we see that pull loop as well right there. Okay, and just giving you a look at the laces as well and their tips or aglets. Okay, and just tucking the laces back in. And giving you a further up look at the shoe. And of course now taking a look at the bottom or sole of the shoe, we can see it is mostly in black with some iron grey accents. So iron grey channel towards the front of the shoe. And we can see the Volt Nike swoosh towards the midsection or heel of the shoe, and then once again we see a wavy channel in iron grey or grey. So it's a black rubber sole, and just to give you some sense of the rubber sole, just dragging my finger along the tread blocks and various parts of it, and of course tapping with my fingernail as well. And now let's do a flexibility, bend and twist test with my hands to give you some sense of the shoe's flexibility, firmness or stiffness. And now just puffing the shoe back in shape. And now let's take a look at the right shoe, so setting the left shoe back in the background, as we now take a look at the right shoe, and once again doing a 360 rotation with this side as well for that full and clear look. And of course, close-up looks at its details. So once again we see that suede mudguard in iron grey or grey, and the mesh and synthetic contours or ripples making up the upper design. And of course that textile mudguard window with the white Nike swoosh in it. And of course the very striking bright yellowish green or Volt coloured Nike Max Air Unit airbag or cushioning along the length of the shoe. So back details once again, we see that pull loop, very highly contrasted, Volt and black in design, and towards the outer side of the shoe, giving you that look. You can see the layering of the panels. Okay, and taking a look at the tongue once again. So light but puffy in design, and of course around the inside details of the shoe. Let's try again to see what we can find around the details of this Nike Air Max 97. And of course taking a look at the sole of the shoe as well. Once again that black rubber with some touches of iron grey, and of course that very striking Volt Nike swoosh. Now let's take a look at the pair together side by side. And from the front to the back. Directly from the back. And the bottoms or soles of the shoes. So that's Nike Air Max 97. Thanks for watching and happy walking!